Mate, do you hear that?
Got some jokes, crabs, you feel me? Yo, alright. Zipping up the op block in the evening. I leave your boy all red and bleeding. Taking his knees, taking his peas, getting that greening. Talk about festive season. Send my greetings, painting European Eastern. Just like my cleaners. When I get my weed in, I get bare. Just like my cleavage. When Collie taught little garage, I'm gonna drive my Jeep in. Right in the deep end. Yeah, got a bit nearer, it's in my wing mirror, but I see it clearer. That's why Jesus is my saviour. What the fuck were you thinking? Okay, we start now. Hello there, welcome back to the Something to Think About podcast. I'm your host, Felix Swift, and this is your other host.
Yeah, Dylan, obviously.
Dylan
again,
Baxter.
Back at it again.
Today we have no guest.
Yeah, no, we're doing a solo episode.
Yeah, we're in my house today, in my room.
Yeah.
We chose not to do any features today because, you know...
This was kind of our idea of what we were going to do when we decided to start it off. So
Yeah, it got a bit, like, jokey.
Yeah.
And we wanted to sort of bring it down a level.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start by doing... We bought each other food, yeah?
Yeah,
So we don't know what it is. And I bought it from the kebab place in... Oh, fuck. Bleep that out.
Oh, yeah.
In my village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we each went to a different kebab place. I went to the van because I'm poor, and then we bought some food for each other, and we're gonna open it right now, and we're gonna give you our reactions. Fee.
Yeah, shall I start?
You'll go first. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put that there.
All right.
And there's this. I'm seeing some grease. It's always nice to see.
So I love the grease. Yeah.
All right. Let's go. I see a bit of salad.
Open it up, mate.
Oh, let's go. So what's this? This is
All right. So this is the bacon egg burger from the burger van.
Look at that.
So it's got a beef patty, 2 slices of bacon, and an egg, like an actual fried egg in it.
Damn, I've never had that before.
Yeah, so
that's
something
something
to
think about.
Yeah, that is something. Yeah,
Exactly.
And
I've got the other thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sick because I wanted to try the egg thing.
Yeah,
And bacon and patty always works kind of. So
yeah. Now the other package.
the other package, what's in here? I'm presuming it's some sort of like nuggets or something.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
So this is chicken popcorn.
Oh yeah.
So
Shit, I've always seen this on the menu.
okay, that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's.
Oh, sick! I've got a little bowl for it.
Lovely. Yeah, you got this. You got the chicken popcorn. Right.
Should we take pictures of these, mate?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll edit that in.
Should I get some mayo for this to be dipped in?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait.
Yes, so I've got the mayonnaise now.
Yeah. That was quick, wasn't it?
You would have never known.
Yeah, move that.
I'm gonna tuck into this in a sec, actually.
Yeah, and I'll unbox mine.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a little prelude. I think it'll be like a little bit less happy than I was because it's not as amazing. But I got your drink as well, so.
Oh yeah, that is respectable. It's a Coca-Cola.
Have you heard of it? It's like a new.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It just came from Vietnam. Oh, looks greasy. All right.
So a lovely, greasy, medium-sized package. I'm excited. I'm actually so hungry. Oh, and it's got chips in it. Lovely. Nah, you can't go wrong.
That's one of them.
You can't go wrong with chips. Okay, sweet.
That's a start.
I'm not going to read the writing on this because that's cheating. And this is a large package. This is not a small package.
The paper takes up all the space though.
And it looks. It's a doner kebab.
It's a doner kebab.
It's a doner kebab. That is that's my go-to kebab.
It's not a novelty, but it's a win.
Yeah, no, it's fucking amazing.
Sick.
Big love. All right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying we get this. We put it here, and you can just put all the greasy shit on it.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay.
Just put on my GCSE art.
Okay. Lovely.
Just put it on my GCSE art.
Right.
Oh, sick! We got these. Oh, mate, let's go. I've got a glass of water.
Yeah, this is gonna be nice.
It's a good setup.
So right.
Fuck.
Yeah, watch out. Right. As you guys probably know, there's been some quite quite big like political and stuff like that happening across the water at the moment. So
on the news,
I've got some news for you. It's only one.
You guys might have heard it already, by the way.
Yeah, there's only one title at the moment.
We just want to cover it anyway.
It's by Ed Mazur of the HuffPost US, and it said, Marks and Spencer's new Christmas pastry has an absolutely filthy name. And then it's, who wants a bite of this? Marks and Spencer just unveiled a new cronut style pastry for the Christmas season, but it's not the deliciously flaky layers that's winning attention on social media. It's the name, Santa's Yum Nut. The British retailer's tweet introduced the pastry, also sounded a little well ... Just check it out.
Mate, that's journalism, right?
Yeah. And this is the tweet that says, who wants a bite of Santa's Yum Nuts, trademark, ? Our Yum Yum donut hybrids have been given a Christmassy makeover with deliciously flaky pastry layers and a sweet Santa's belt topping. Find them in our store bakery. And then the guy talks about some other weird things, but I'm not gonna go over that because it's gonna take long. Here are some reactions on Twitter. Rabia O'Chowdhury says, I feel strongly that the name of this donut must be reconsidered. Joan Harris says, they, paid, someone to come up with that name. Melissa says, how many folks did you run that name by, buddy?
Melissa, shout out, man.
Yeah.
She wins.
Yeah. And then Talia Lavin says, his what? All right. Oh, wow. And then one last one to end the news segment. Sailor Plutocracy says, the horny Santa people have logged on. Okay, that's all from me. All right, so this episode's going to be a bit more of a discussion type thing, and we'll actually give you something to think about at the end. So like, Fee, you're going to introduce this little topic.
Okay,
right?
man. I think this just does a bit of a narrative.
Yeah.
Because basically, that over lockdown and prior to lockdown a bit, my phone was being really dodgy. Like, it was just fucking up all the time. Like, it would kill itself, and it was just being such a little bitch. We can use these words, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
We get demonetised, all 24 views. And essentially, like, it was so annoying, like, to have to, like, your phone just switching off every, like, 5 minutes. So you actually go on your phone a bit, and then it just kills itself. And, like, that constant feeling of, like, having to recharge it and being, like, sparing every last second, enjoying it while it lasts, and then it dying on you. And then, like, it killed itself, like, fully. Like, it just died, like, properly. And I remember I had this friend who was going to fix it, but he was, like, really unorganised. So he just had a lot of things on his plate, so he kept putting it off. And I kept, like, having to text him over, like, Instagram over the computer and shit like that to get, like, to get him to fix it and shit. But, like, during that time, I realised I was a lot happier. I was just not on my phone, and this is lockdown, so you don't expect to be happy, like, without any of this shit. But, like, I ended up writing so much more music. Like, I wrote, like, 50% of my mixtape I'm working on now then, and it's still, like, it's not outdated, it's still my best work. I did more art, I did, like, and it sounds a bit wet, but it's just so, like, it was so, like, refreshing. I remember, like, how my family were like, oh, you're so much cooler, you're so much happier, and I was like, cheers, mate. Cheers. But, like, honestly, and my parents say all the time, like, don't go on your phone and all that shit. We've all heard it before, But, like, honestly, I benefited so much from it, and I don't like say break your phone or anything. I definitely don't say like any of that because it's such a pain. But I'm just saying, like, if anything like that happens to you, like, you should definitely take the positives of it because it's just like so much. You feel so much happier. I do, at least. I heard you had something similar happen as well, like over your holiday.
Oh yeah, well, like last holiday before lockdown, I just couldn't charge my phone up because we were on a boat, and I honestly, like, I was really pissed off because I couldn't listen to music, but like.
Or take pictures or anything.
Yeah, no, I didn't have any photos, which sucked.
So shit.
But because of that, like, I can remember so much more of it. It was so much more memorable. Like, I got so much more done. There wasn't any kind of like, you know, checking your phone when you wake up. Instead of that, you like, you know, you look out the window and you wake up like a normal person would, instead of going on your phone or like, you know, you know how most people, let's say, will go on their phone as soon as they wake up.
Yeah, I definitely do that now.
Yeah, and it was just like quite an interesting experience. It was only for 2 weeks, I think, and like, but yeah,
I remember mine was like maybe 3 months or so.
Yeah, 3 months, I can imagine.
And it's just, and the worst bit is it's going on and off, like having to go on a computer.
Yeah,
which is so shit. It's so shit.
Imagine, yeah.
And there's definitely like bits of it that just make you so angry. Like the whole experience was like horrible. But then, if you look at it from the aspect where you're not concentrating on that at all, when you're thinking about the other aspects of your life during that period, like so much happier. Like I'd literally wake up at a good time and just do like a bit of schoolwork, because I thought school was still relevant at that point. My GCSEs were still relevant at that point. And I'd just write music, go on walks and shit. And I could go on walks. I'd go like 4-hour walks and shit, and it'd be like with Nick, and I'd be like, this is good. Like this is fun.
Yeah. Like
walks were exciting. It sounds so weird, but like.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And yeah, I think like it can either be a pain in the arse, or you can try like make a bit of a positive.
You're on school trip. You're on school trips when you can't take your phone with you.
Yeah.
And it's just so shit. That's what it feels like when you can't have your phone when it's not working. It feels like that.
Yeah, that's what it did feel like, but.
Yeah, and then but like if you embrace it, I'm not saying embrace it at school trips because they suck. Not all the time. Like Canada was sick.
Yeah.
But I mean a lot of the time they're shit.
Yeah.
Fucking. Ugh. Anyway, yeah.
Alright.
So that's that. I'm not gonna give a scientific part of it because I literally can't be asked.
Yeah. But
dopamine's involved. Dopamine.
Yeah. What was it you're talking about? Your like school thing, like.
Which one? Oh yeah. So I'm doing So yeah, me and Dylan here are we're Christians, yeah. Speaking for myself, I'm not like a intense like Christian or anything, but like I have some belief in something, you know. And like I was doing philosophy and shit, and like you're meant to. It was it's called the ontological argument, and it's produced by Anselm. And it basically proved, or it logically proved God to me, which is mad. Like, I'd never expect it. So like, all right, so, you know, it's like, I'm looking through my notes now, so it's like, you know, the nature of God is omnibenevolent, so it means all-loving, omnipotent, all-powerful, and omnificent, I don't fucking care, all-knowing. So basically, like the best, like the highest ranking, like the best thing ever, like the greatest being. So there's only one of it, right?
Yeah.
And like, so the first ontological argument began by defining God. So like the greatest thing you can possibly imagine. And like atheists would say, fair enough. They'd say like it's like you can imagine it, doesn't mean it exists, you know. So like if you think like the greatest thing you can possibly imagine, like the greatest, like has the greatest possible power, intelligence, justice and love, like the greatest things basically in one higher being, and like you can question, is the being real only in the imagination, or does it independently exist in reality? And like most people on a logical level would say it only exists in the mind, because there's no actual empirical evidence of it existing elsewhere. So like sense wise, I mean it does, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Logically. So this is what persuaded me. So it's like the argument goes like this. So it says there's nothing greater than God can be conceived. So you can't think of anything greater than God. And if you do think of anything greater than God, then that is God.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole the whole thing about it.
Yeah, so you, like, if you do think of something better or greater, if you're like thinking of something better, that is what God is.
Yeah.
And if God exists in the mind alone, then it's not like the greatest God, because the greatest God by definition is the greatest thing, and for it to be the greatest, it would have to exist in reality. So the greatest God would have to exist in reality and in the mind. So that being would be the greater God, which is crazy for me.
I haven't actually heard that before.
So that really
yeah,
messed with
that's
me.
quite an interesting.
So therefore, God exists as an idea in the mind and in reality, which is kind of crazy. I just want to share that. It's kind of mad.
Yeah.
And the idea necessitates its existence.
Yeah.
So yeah, as soon as we think of something greater than God, that becomes God. Yeah, that's pretty much the basics of it, and that sort of just opened my mind a bit.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point.
I mean, there is criticisms of it, but
of course,
they don't really do it for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a serious segment for you.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk about...
The one more thing, like when we were walking up here, like one of the things that I like over the last few years I've kind of been like pretty conscious about, and like I've had a few experiences of like where I've been very like conscious about it, and it's something I'm sure a lot of people think about all the time, like nostalgia, where like like it's either like looking back and thinking like remembering like great things that have happened, and also while in the moment like you can feel like, wow, this is almost nostalgia, like something can trigger your nostalgia, and it'll remind you of something, or while you're doing something you can be like, wow, one day I'll remember this and it'll be really great, or like you're like,
you can feel it in the moment.
You can feel like, wow, this is going to be a night I'm not going to forget for a long time, or this is like a memory that isn't going to go away and stuff. And that's something that like I'm sure everyone can relate to that. And like, yeah, it's something like, like you think about it a lot. Like I mean, I do. I don't know about I don't know about you boys, but like
it's just you, man. Nah,
yeah, like.
You also, I think like the boys, like our close group, have always thought about that. Like we've always had like a big conscious of that, because we've like made playlists for like
we've made memorable memories, like literally we've had like 3 playlists called memory.
Because it's jokes, because we all share the same Spotify, because like well, not anymore, things have changed. But like back in the day, only one of our friends like had it or could like be asked to buy it, and we just like nab it off him. But like you can't play it at the same time. You can't play songs at the same time on Wi-Fi, so it'd be like interruption, and it'd be like the most annoying thing.
Yeah.
You just allow it.
Yeah. Like if one boy's like listening to Spotify and someone else hops on, like the person who's listening first gets cut off and they can't hear anything.
Yeah, or like and you see like they're like Rowan Chapman is listening. There's always a shit somewhere. But yeah, that, and you just allow it because
Yeah. But
and then when one of the boys is listening to the depression playlist, you just
you leave it alone, right? You turn off your Wi-Fi and listen to the downloaded ones.
Lonesome Town.
My god. Yeah. But it's one of those like kind of mad like, and like sometimes like I think it's great like having like memorable times and stuff. And I remember after class 8, which was our like kind of growing like our like middle school kind of thing, and we moved into like GCSEs and stuff. That was like one of the biggest kind of times that like I remember like all we would talk about for like a few weeks was like, wow, it's going to be so different. Like we'd never had that many people leave our class. Yeah. And we weren't sure if we were gonna see them a lot, or like we weren't sure if we could still like if we would be able to like meet up as often as we did. Like they were going to different schools, and like school's quite a big part of socializing, and like it was quite like a strange like few weeks, and then like obviously new term started, and it was all calm. But
yeah, all of that sort of disappeared in a way.
Yeah, but it was still like
a new era just kicked in.
Yeah, and like another thing, like I'm sure like a lot of people like you'll be doing like you'll finish something, or you'll go to a new, and you're like, this is like the end of an era, like the closing of a chat, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like, but if you're stuck there saying like, oh wow, it was so great like last year,
and it's something really easy to do. Like I find myself doing it all the time.
Yeah, and if you're saying oh wow, summer was so great, but now it's winter, and it, like
yeah,
obviously you go
definitely.
through ups and downs, but like like,
I think it's unhealthy, definitely, to dwell on the past, obviously, but
yeah, and if you're so worried about like, oh wow, I can't. It's not the same as it was and stuff.
I should put some chips in here, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's not the same as it was. Like,
Just eat that,
yeah, definitely put them on. Lovely, right.
Just interrupted for that.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like I've had quite a few conversations with a lot of different people about it. Just kind of like, it's one of the things that I kind of am like rather interested in, and I pay kind of close attention to it. Like, and I become conscious, like, I'll be like, oh wow, these past few times all I've been thinking about is how it's not the same as it was, and I've neglected to like notice that I've made new friends, or I've like started a new hobby, or like achieve something, or like
it's that thing of living in the moment, like constantly.
Yeah, and like
totally forgetting.
Yeah, like like all the quality times like with your mates that used to be, and but
it's
I
crazy
think
how the level of entertainment changed so much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. Well, like, you know what I mean, like how you'd be like gassed to like get some energy drinks and play some PS4, stay up to like 12 and like get some sleep.
Yeah.
Like that, and then you wake up the next day with like a energy hangover. Nah, but
yeah.
It's crazy. Like going to the village is like that was like a big thing for a while. Do you remember like class 7, 6?
We'd go after school every day,
and it would be such a thing. Like it'd be such a big part of it. Like, oh, who's going to the village? It's so cringe to think about.
Yeah, but like now, like it's different, obviously. But yeah, that's not even that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy to think how many like new friends you make without realising.
Yeah.
Like 7 them.
Yeah.
I definitely just forget.
Yeah.
And it's mad when you think about the connections as well. Like, I met Elia through Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie was hanging out with him all the time.
Yeah.
And I met Seb through at Lola's. Oh my god, man.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. And I came out of my fucking like illness, and on Lola's birthday I came out.
I remember. That
was. It wasn't even her birthday, but it was like yeah.
That was the first time like Fee had like been out, because he had like measles.
I had measles for like 2 months. Didn't go to Croatia.
Yeah, and like it was crazy. Like
yeah.
Like yeah, quality times.
Quality times. Yeah. Talking of quality, today we have a brand deal.
Yeah, we got a brand deal with
my boy Quality Apparel. Not my boy, our friend's company. This is if you want quality clothing, I'm just saying, if you want quality clothing, it's the place to go. They have a variety of really, really sick t-shirts, which will keep you warm, and they'll keep you looking cool, and they'll keep all judgment away from you, because you don't care what you're wearing, and no one else does. So that's something to think about, and it's something to buy, and they're only £12 1p, and that's a good price.
And that's a great price, yeah.
That's a great price. So we'll leave his link in the description. We wear his shirts. I mean, last time we did.
Yeah.
You're still to buy yours. I'll buy it for you.
Yeah, no, mine's coming in the post soon.
Yeah. But definitely something to check out.
Yeah. Right, yeah. And I think I think
that's a lot of things to think about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, this is like a different style of podcast episode. It's probably...
But I think it's sick because we did what we wanted to do originally.
Yeah. This was our kind of goal.
Yeah, it's like music when you have like features on a song, and then you have like one song where you need to.
You've got to have your own songs, otherwise what the fuck
exactly.
Are you
You can't be fucking.
Yeah.
You can't be fucking nabbing it.
Yeah. Getting all the clout from other people.
DJ Khaled. Featuring Big Sean, Calvin Harris, Kendrick Lamar, and fucking Kesha every single song. Like, think of anyone to put on.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yo, we're just taking shots at DJ Khaled now. Sorry.
Yeah. No. We don't want the smoke.
We want the smoke, man. But yeah. I hope everyone enjoys their evening, whatever evening it is when this goes up.
J1A on the
We'll see you
track.
again. Sometime.
Orders the mechanic.
Now that's something to think about.
Aye.
Bad smells the apprentice.
Aye.
Shout out to the doctor who looked at my penis and laughed. Brush your teeth twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. preferably after dinner and breakfast.
Boys for attention, you feel me?
Yeah.
Boys for attention.
I'm a driller, a dangerous killer. I'll fill you with legends by squeezing this trigger. Fuck the ops, but most of all, fuck the cops. I'm out in busting shots with the dots in the ride. Cause on the bumps we all glide. I run my ends, and in this life we can't afford to have friends.
No.
But I got my boys, and the guns we bust aren't toys. You silly child, you think our damage levels are mild, they're mediocre at best. But I'll still put my steel in your chest.
Sniffy.
And in an interrogation room I won't confess.
Nah.
Because I'll die for my driller. And I put holes in the wall and fix it with filler. You're not a killer, you're still a young child. And I had to get cheddar for my mum, it was mild.